Good night. I don't even know the time. It's 9:45 where some of you are watching from. I have 8:45 here. How is everybody doing? I hope I can see the comments tonight, because sometimes I don't even get to see them. Folks, I didn't even plan this, but I decided to just commit myself to coming on as regular as possible and leaving a word of encouragement. You know, the new year has begun, and I started off with a little bit of encouragement. So tonight I just want to commit to that and see how everybody's doing. How is everybody doing? It's been a hectic, crazy week. Hectic, crazy week. But anyway, life is a complicated mess sometimes, and so you're choosing to live, to make the most of things, despite your situation. You still have to find a way to cope. You have to find a way to create joy in your life. You got to find a way to not just exist, but to exist in a state that is, content and at least happy, some sort of happiness. Because we know that chronic stress, if we are constantly in stressful situations, that is bad for our health. So we have to break that cycle. So in spite of what is going on in your life, you have to take moments and periods in your stressful life to just unwind and to relax. Because life is not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes people see you always smiling, always making jokes, and they say, hey, you're always happy, it's not that. It's just, choosing to have a specific mood. That's basically what it is, choosing to have a specific mood instead of trying to be bound down by all of these stresses. It's choosing really to have a specific mood, a positive mood, so that you can really create the kind of life you want. That's just it, because I have my stresses too. Yes, people don't know. Everybody say, oh, you're always happy, you don't have stresses. It's for me, it's just coping. How do you cope? One minute I will get upset over something, and the next minute I'll let it go. Sometimes I dwell a little long on things, but I'm learning sometimes to just let go. So tonight I have some encouragement for anyone who is going through challenges, or somebody who is thinking that they need something to happen, they need a breakthrough. I'm gonna encourage you to start looking at your moods. Even though you're expecting a breakthrough and it's not happening, you still have to create some sort of peace in your life, because this constant stress contributes towards diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart problems. And a lot of young people are dying from heart problems, cancer. These things, they eat you up, because if your body is in a constant state of stress, it's gonna mess you up. So I have some tips here. One of the first tips I have is encouraging yourself every day. So if you are in a stressful situation, and even if right now you're fine, there are gonna be moments when you are gonna be down. So you have to learn to encourage yourself. Talk to yourself, encourage yourself on a daily basis. And how do you do that? Not only by talking to yourself. Some people like to do affirmations. I am beautiful, I am intelligent. Whatever it is, tell yourself nice things. Another thing that you can do is read motivational stuff, read Bible verses, listen to music that is positive and uplifting. Listen to things, motivational speeches. Listen to speeches about life. Listen whatever area in your life you're struggling with. If it's relationship, if it's employment, you listen to things that's gonna build your understanding in that area. So you're learning to encourage yourself. This is basically, in a nutshell, kind of a self-development. And many people, they say, oh, I've already developed. No, you're not developed if you're still stressing over stuff. We're always developing. As long as you're a human being and you're living in this planet and you can learn, you're in your right mind, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for extra knowledge. So if you think that you've arrived, no, you're not arrived. So you're always constantly trying to improve and working on yourself. And encouraging yourself is one way of doing that. Telling yourself positive things, looking on the bright side, and always trying to be optimistic despite your circumstances. Remember, sometimes life is just like the weather. One minute you see it's all sunny and shiny, the next minute it could be cloudy. On the other hand, sometimes you see those clouds move and you see beautiful sunshine. So life is like that. You can't predict how it's gonna be, and therefore you should never say, okay, this is how it's gonna always be for me. Life is constantly changing, and I think this is something that we need to really be appreciative of. The fact that life is always changing, the fact that things never remain the same is a blessing. Because imagine if you were just in heartbreak all the time. What would have happened, right? So there's a time for everything. There is a time for everything. So a time to be happy, time to be sad. So life is about that, ups and downs, ups and downs. You just have to learn to dance, learn to move with the tide. So you encourage yourself every day through motivation, through prayer, through meditation. And another point is that being a little bit more patient when things seem not to be happening for you. And this has been one of the things that I had to start dealing with when I remember the stressful moments in my life, that I thought that I was just gonna be unemployed for forever. I couldn't see what was happening. I'm like 3 years and still nothing. And so because of that, you can become a little bit impatient. And it's not just with employment, but even in relationships. Even if you're single and you say, okay, I want to find somebody, or even if you're with someone and things are not happening the way you want it to. Be a little bit more patient when things seems not to be happening for you. If you do not develop that patience, you're gonna be anxious. The opposite of patience is gonna be you're gonna be like trying to rush things, and then because you want to arrive at a destination. And we have to learn that we never arrive. So instead of being impatient and trying to arrive at the destination, at that place that you're thinking that's going to create all this happiness for you, take the time and relax. Learn to relax and not be so impatient about things. Because when in your impatience, you make mistakes, you get into the wrong relationships, you get involved in the wrong things, you hurt yourself, you miss the red flags and all of these things because you're impatient. So be a little bit more patient. It will reduce your anxiety when you learn to be a little bit more patient. Because if you're always like, okay, I want this now, it's like you are agitated and you're not really enjoying life. You're not really being happy. You're agitated, and that in itself is another reason for diseases, stress. So you're all tense. You're not enjoying your moments. You're just constantly being agitated. Another point, having at least one person you can reach out to. So in your moments, you're gonna need somebody to reach out to. You do not have to have a whole heap of friends. People you can socialize with, yes, but when it comes to having that one person that you can trust, always just one person. All you need sometimes is just one person that you can trust, so that when you are going through a difficult time, there is somebody you can lean on. Many times we find it difficult to reach out for whatever reason. Sometimes we tell ourselves, okay, we cannot trust the person and all of these things. But I say, if I'm going through a stressful time, I'm gonna get it off my chest. If I trust you enough and I tell you something and then you let it out, it's up to you. It's up to you, but I need to get that off my chest. So I find one person, get one person that you can reach out to when you are feeling down, because we all need it. We all need that encouragement. So don't try to bear it all alone all the time. If it gets overwhelming, sometimes just somebody to listen to. If they can listen to you, you feel better after you've let it out. So sometimes you just need that. Don't let your pride stop you from reaching out to someone. And so another point, which is near like almost the first one, is still encouraging yourself even when you feel discouraged. So are demotivated. So you still have to do that. Some days you get up and you don't even feel like doing anything. You're all in your mind and you're thinking about the load, the workload, the stress load, and the things that are happening in your life, and you're just so demotivated. But you still have to reach deep inside of you, and pull that last ounce of energy out, and motivate yourself, encourage yourself. Another point is to learn to laugh and relax. Even I might be angry one moment, the next minute I'm laughing. That's me. I can't stay angry forever. I'll be angry one minute, the next minute I'm laughing. Laughter is good. It's good medicine. So learn to just laugh and relax. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at situations. Sometimes see the funny side of certain situations and just give yourself a rest and just laugh and let those positive hormones flow, and let that tension and that stress just disappear from your body. Don't be so uptight. Just laugh and learn to relax. Another point is catching yourself when you start to engage in destructive behavior, or things that are not working for you. So if you are accustomed to behaving one way, okay, you try to catch yourself. What is it that you do that's not working? Maybe you're always getting angry when somebody doesn't do something the way you like. Maybe you're shutting down and not expressing yourself. Maybe it is that you're lashing out or throwing things or doing whatever. So the things that are destructive. Maybe you're driving at a fast pace because somebody got you upset and you're just hightailing it out of there. Whatever the case is that you try to catch yourself. So anytime, maybe it is that you're telling yourself negative things, because that's destructive too. So every time you start engaging in things that are destructive to you, you catch yourself, you halt it and you say, no, this did not work. So if you're gonna be you're in a situation where you're trying to communicate with someone, like maybe your partner, and then you realize that you're getting all angry, then maybe catching yourself and taking some deep breaths and just learning to relax before you move forward. Just catch yourself, because sometimes we have certain habits and they are destructive to us, and we have to break them, and it's not easy. But every time you see that you're getting one way, you have to learn to have some sort of self-control to stop yourself from engaging in that destructive behavior. Because at the end of the day, when your anger or whatever emotion you have, when it subsides, then you are left to regret your actions, because you never caught yourself in the destructive behavior. So we know what our destructive behaviors are. We all have some craziness about us. So it's a matter of learning to control these things so that we are more helpful to ourselves and others. Another point, and I keep stressing this, is learning to let go of situations. I'm not seeing any comments now. If anybody is commenting, I am not seeing any at all, guys. So if you see me not commenting, it's because I'm not seeing any comments. So learning to let go of situations, releasing your stronghold, and learning to relax. So, and it comes back to all of this anxiety. When things are not going your way, sometimes we tend to want to hold on. We want to hold things tighter. We want to hold people tighter. We want to control situations. We want to control people. And so instead of letting go of our stronghold, we're trying to hold them. But the more we try to hold people, the more we try to grasp on situations, is the more pain we cause ourselves. Because if it's a person, they're going to want to break free. If it's a situation, you will realize in the end that you're wasting your energy trying to manipulate what is outside of you. One of the hardest lessons I had to learn is that I cannot control what is outside of me. Whether it be people, whether it be circumstances, I cannot control what is happening outside of me. And because of that, many times when things are happening, I try to turn inward and try to make decisions regarding what I need to do that doesn't involve grabbing and holding on to anyone or any situation. And I love to let go. I love to let go because, and when I say let go, it's not really quitting, but sometimes you're realizing that you've wrestled with a situation for a long time, and you have to realize when the battle is not yours. And many people say, okay, the battle is not mine, it's the Lord. So some things you have to let go and let God. Let go and let God deal with it, because you no longer have that power. You don't have the energy. It's outside of your abilities. You have to recognize when things are no longer in your control, and just let it go for your own sake. The more you hold on is the more you kill yourself. You kill yourself, you destroy yourself, because you're fighting with a power that is greater than you. You're just fighting with a power that is greater than you. That's something that I had to learn, and it has made my life easier. As a matter of fact, I am quicker to let go than to hold on. That's just me. And because I've been quicker to let go than to hold on, it's like things happen better, because then you're not trying to control nothing but yourself. The only thing that you should be trying to control is yourself. That's it. Your response to the situation. What is happening? Sometimes when people disappoint us, sometimes we want to just dictate to them and be all of that. Just let it go. Don't waste your time. If they disappoint you and they keep disappointing you, you know what to do. Don't try to tell them, oh, you disappoint me, blah, 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 blah. People don't like to hear that. And they know. They already know. So you shouldn't be wasting energy and trying to tell them, oh, you disappoint me, oh, whatever. They know. If they realize, if they have good manners and they say, well, okay, I know that I did something wrong and I apologize, and they try to do better, fine. But if it's a constant thing where they're going and they're always doing whatever they're doing, and you're trying to tell them whatever, stop wasting your time. You are wasting your time trying to get big men and women, adults to act in a certain way. You're wasting your time. The fact is they do not care. So if they're doing things to you that are hurting you, stop talking. Get to a point where you stop talking and action. That's it. Action. Don't even start. Give them the action. Show them the action. I know what you're doing to me. It's wrong, but I'm gonna show you the action. That's it. Stop talking. A lot of people do not respond to you talking. They call it nagging. So instead of talking and nagging, man, you just show them action. They want to treat you bad, man, walk away. Walk away. Love yourself enough to hold your head and walk away, and you don't have to tell them a word. You don't have to say a word. Stop talking and wasting your energy on big men and women. I tell you, it's crazy. It's crazy. So release your tight hold. Release it. It's killing you. Release your tight hold off of people. It's just killing you. It's killing you. Don't let go. Let go. Nobody's worth holding on to like that. Just let it go. Let it go for God's sake. And start looking at yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, comforting yourself through your disappointments, through your pain. And let people go who do not appreciate you, who do not love you, who are treating you bad. Let them. Just let go. Release your hold on them. Let them free. Set them free. Set them free, because when you set them free, you're freeing yourself. You tell yourself that, that by holding on that you're doing, no, you're killing yourself. It's destructive. Be strong enough, be brave enough to just let them go. Let go situations. Let go people. Let them go, and just put back all that focus onto yourself. At first, it's gonna be hard, and always say, regardless to your circumstances, always have a life of your own. Always have a life of your own, outside of your job, outside of your relationship. Always have a life of your own. Find things that you enjoy doing, that is making your life happy, that is creating contentment in your life. So when the job disappears, or when the people that you love disappoint you and cause you pain, you are able to let them go without being so without it being so terrible. But many times when we are in relationships, we tend to hold on to people and we'll forget about everything that we had going for us. We forget about everything. We don't have any hobbies. All of a sudden, we don't have any hobbies. We don't have a life, and we focus all our attention on our jobs and on people. And then at the end of the day, we lose the job. We feel like if we lose in our mind, we lose a person because they no longer love us, and we feel like if we do, we cannot go on because we never took the time to engage in things that and have a life of our own. We have to do that. Have a life of your own. Don't go wasting your time and be having your, everything is just about one person, or everything is about the job. You don't even have a life. You don't spend time with nurturing yourself. You don't take care of yourself. It's just a job and a relationship. Stop it. Stop it. Don't kill yourself like that. Have a life outside, because the thing is, these things sometimes they don't last. Okay? And so you have to prepare that if in case of anything, what do I have to bounce back on? And this brings me to the next point. Plan ahead and always have a backup plan in place. Plan ahead and always have a backup plan. Whatever your situation is, plan ahead. Always start exploring and seeing how you what kind of plan you could have. Whether it's for a job that you have to have a backup plan, because once you're not working with yourself, you can lose your job, so you have to have a backup plan. If it's a relationship, what is your backup plan? Your hobbies, something to fall back on that is gonna help you through the tough times. Your friends. So you shouldn't be investing everything in one person. Okay, I love you to death and I don't have any friends. I don't have a hobby. I love my job to death. I don't have any. What's your backup plan? What is it that you have to fall back on? And in that backup plan, if it's in case of a job, one of the things you want to do is try and save a little money. So if you're working, try to save a little bit of money, because if you lose a job, at least you have something to tide you over. Some professionals say 6 months, 6 months of worth of salary. Try as much as possible, even if it's not that, at least aim for that, and try to have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. And in that in the sense of a job too, one of the things I always say, don't burn bridges. So if you leave a job, leave peacefully. And you never know that maybe one day you might need to go back to that job. So but my thing is that have a backup plan. Don't just think that your situation is gonna stay one way. Do not think that, okay, your relationship is gonna, what is your backup plan? What is your backup plan? Have a backup plan. Don't just left things to chance. Well, how am I gonna cope? So you need a support system. You need a support system. So it's not just, okay, you focusing all of your energy on a relationship and nothing else and nobody else. You need a support system. You need somebody you can call and cry on their shoulder, do whatever to me, and listen, get a word of advice. You need your hobbies, so that if you're stressed out, you can go and start doing something that you enjoy doing, and that will create a sense of peace in your life. Many times we just attach our happiness to the job, to people, and to things. And so when we lose these things, when we lose these people, when we lose these jobs, then we really don't have anything to fall back on, right? Another point that I want to make is that not getting mad with people when they do not come through for you. Do not, sometimes people disappoint us. But try not to get mad with anybody who didn't come through for you in whatever way. Just let them be. If you were counting on them to do something for you and they didn't do it, yes, it's disappointing. Don't even think. My thing is that, okay, you promised to do something for me, you didn't do it, cool. I cool, but I'm just gonna let it cool, you know. Some just don't waste your time getting mad with them, but at the same time, you know, you're not gonna keep them as close as you used to, because you're looking and say, okay, this is something that this person knows that this thing was important to me, and for whatever reason, maybe they lied to you, maybe, you know, and sometimes it is like that, where people who you would have been there for, people who you would have given your all for and done things for, sometimes these are the ones who come back and they will disappoint you in the worst way. But I say, still don't get mad with them. Leave them. Leave these people. Leave them at Jesus' feet. That's just it. Don't get mad with them. Don't whatever what. Just leave them. This is how sometimes you know your friends, who are really your friends, because when you are in a position where you need them, they're not there. When you need their support, they're not there. And sometimes, let me tell you something, there's this lip service going on where people telling you, oh, I love you, love you, love you, love you, and whatever. I don't really waste that kind of word and tell people I love them. You know, don't waste it, because love is not just saying I love you. Love is the actions behind the actions. It's the actions. And women and men, we use that, whether in personal relationship, intimate relationships, or social, we always like, oh, I love her. Let me tell you something, I don't like throwing around those words, I love you. Because I know half the people sometimes who telling you they love you, when it comes to when you need them, they're not gonna be there. They're not there. And that is not love, because let me tell you, you see, I have 2 children, and I love my children. I know I love them. You know why? Because if and whenever they need me, I will be there for them. If they're wrong, yes, I'm gonna tell them they're wrong. But I'm telling you that I love my children, and they know that they can call on me at any time, and I will be there. That's it. That's love. So all this waste time, you're talking, oh, I love you, whatever. I just lip service. I just take it for what it is. I don't waste time. Oh, I love you. If I tell you I love you, if I initiate that and I say I love you, if I initiate it and I say out of the blue I love you, I mean it. That's it. I mean it. Sometimes when people tell you they love you, you just say you love you too, but not really thinking, because it's like, what's the connection? Is there a relationship going on? Or do you communicate? Do you have anything going, you know? So it's like, there's like, sometimes you like some people, you like them, yes, but that love, the word love, we keep throwing it around and we don't really mean it. Because when push come to shove, these people that they're telling you they love you, they're not going to be there. The next point that I want to make is to wish others well. Don't be bad-minded. Don't be envious. Wish people well. When you see them doing well, let it be a motivating factor for you, and wish them well. Learn to wish people well. Wish them well, because you don't know their struggles. You see they are progressing, and sometimes we know where these people come from. We know where they come from. We've seen them struggle, and sometimes we still envy them. We still envy them, even though we've seen where they came from. And my thing is that if you're gonna look at somebody and you're gonna feel a little bit of jealousy, let it be the kind of jealousy that's gonna motivate you to do better in your life. Let it not be a grudging kind of way that you think it's hard of the person and hating the person because the person is doing what you're not doing. People are making sacrifices in their lives, and so when we see people are progressing, we just have to give them the props and just wish them well. You know, wish them well. Just be happy for them. Don't be envious. Let them, you know, just support them, because it's not easy. And I think this is one of our downfalls as a people, is that we don't learn to appreciate, you know, and wish people and be happy for people. We do not like to be happy for people, and because of that, it stifles our growth, because we're always competing against one another, instead of supporting each other. We are just competing against each other. And my last point on this is to being content. In all of this, be content with whatever. It doesn't mean that you don't want more and that you're not gonna strive for more, but you try to be content. Don't kill yourself and be always complaining. If you're always in a complaining mood, it's gonna disrupt your whole life, because every day you're getting up and you're just gonna complain. One of the things I like to do when I get up in the mornings is just say thank you, Lord, for another day. There was a time in my life when I used to get up and I start worrying, and and always finding some, but I try my best to at least thank God for the day, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so, try not to complain. It doesn't mean that you're not going to talk about the issues that are affecting you, but at the same time, you just know, well, at the end of the day, some things you have to be patient with, and you can't change them. So you're gonna be content in your situation, and while you're trying to walk and get yourself out of that situation. It doesn't make sense say, oh, you want this, oh, you want that. You don't have it. You don't have it, so don't complain too much about it. And people do you wrong, and sometimes it's tempting to continue the complaining for years, but sometimes you have to drop it and let it go. Drop it and let it go. Let it go. Don't complain. And thing another point I want to make is, like, you learn to forgive yourself and forgive others, because it's a burden when you carry grudges against people. I know it, because sometimes people do me things, and sometimes it might take a while, depending on what you do, for me to get it off my chest. But eventually you have to get to that place where you get these things off your chest, because if you don't, it's gonna destroy you. So you want to have a life that is free and peaceful. So you have to forgive people, let go of the bitterness and the anger, and forgive others. All right, so guys, that was my talk for tonight. Thank you for viewing. Whatever you do for the rest of the week and the weekend, do have a blessed one. It's the month is going fast, so I just want to encourage us as a people. I know that not everybody has having it good right now, but at the end of the day, everyone experiences a low and a high. So if this is your high, be grateful for it and thank God and enjoy your moments. If this is your low period, where you're stressed out and things are not happening, just learn to cope with the situation, and look at the positives, and sustain yourself. Pray, get God, pray, ask God to sustain you through your situation, and just try not to worry too much, because at the end of the day, I say it's better to live to fight another day than to kill yourself with stress. It doesn't benefit anyone if you're dead because of stress. So know that this too shall pass in the fullness of time. Whatever you're going through, it's not gonna last forever. So just relax yourself, and do what you need to do. Little habits you need to change, little things you need to do. And at this point, if you're experiencing low, anything you do will have to be intentional, because you're not gonna feel motivated. So therefore, you have to say, okay, this is my intention, that I'm gonna be happy today, regardless to that. I'm gonna be grateful today, because regardless to that, I'm gonna do certain things. I'm gonna pick up a book and read a positive book. I'm gonna focus on my hobbies or my strength. I'm gonna do these things. So you're intentional about what you are doing. I'm gonna start working on myself. I'm gonna forgive somebody. So you're intentional, because that is it. When you hear you going through your lows there, you're never motivated. You have to just say, okay, let me just do this, and just start doing it. That's just it. All right, guys, so thanks for viewing, and have a blessed weekend and all the best. All right, I couldn't see comments, so if you commented, I'm sorry that I missed it. I will try to respond. Bye.